Happy Friday! It's about 20 minutes till noon, and it is getting very warm in the garden. I'm about ready to finish up with some work right now, but I wanted to show you what's been going on. First thing that I'm showing you is these are my super Italian paste tomatoes. I learned about these from Susan, whose channel is I'm Still Working. And she swears by these tomatoes, so I ordered the seeds probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I have been saving seed ever since. And these are the tomatoes that I use to make my sauces, my ketchups. And these tomatoes, I'll try to get this in here where y'all can see. These tomatoes are phenomenal. I mean, on this one thing here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It looks like I've got 8 tomatoes on this one cluster here. And if you can see from my hand, this is the size that they are getting to be. Very, very meaty. They don't have many seeds. Here's some that are starting to turn red. Very meaty, very dense tomatoes, and these plants are very prolific. I love the super Italian paste tomato. More blossoms that are coming out. Just to show you all that this part right here would have been roots if it had touched the ground. So that's very, very cool. What I did is that I took part of the tomato that most people throw away, and there's one right here, and these are called suckers. If I can get my hand in here where you can see, sorry. Get my hand in here. This is called a sucker. So it comes out, and what happens is that you have a fork. Pretend that my fingers are a fork, and you will have a plant that will come up. So this would be the stem, and this would be a leaf, and in between that would be what's called a sucker. So this is a sucker right here. And this one's probably going to get pulled off, and it's going to get rooted, and I'll explain why in just a second. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful plants. We're fixing to have some rain. These plants are screaming for some water. If we don't get much rain this afternoon, then I'm going to have to drag either the hose or some 5-gallon buckets out here. Okay, so we're going to go on down through here. Here's my 2 zucchini plants that I planted. And the next to that is my Atkinson tomatoes. These are the ones that I showed you that the cow was eating the top. And these tomatoes are huge. I mean, they're really, really big tomatoes. And all of these tomatoes that I'm showing you are heirloom. I always plant more than one type of tomato in the garden. That way, if something should happen to one variety of tomato, I have something else to fall back on. The other thing that I like to do is I like to take sometimes and mix the different flavors together and make them to where it gives me my own flavoring. So I might put something together where I put the celebrity, the Atkinson, and the super Italian paste tomatoes together and come up with my own like salsa. Okay, now we've gone on up into the garden, and this here used to have cabbage in it, and I've pulled the cabbage. I'll take that back. This used to have broccoli in it. This had broccoli in it, and I took the broccoli out, and we're redoing something in this. Now, these tomatoes here, this is 4, 8, 16. So this tomato plant right here is about 20 inches tall, showing out of the ground. These are Atkinsons. And where these came from was from the suckers, from the Atkinson plant over there. So I have just put these in the ground, and they theoretically are the same age as the other ones, even though these just went into the ground. They've got blossoms on them. Some of them have got tomatoes on them. And then in front of that, I have put some cabbage plants. The tomato will help to keep the cabbage worm away from these cabbage plants. I'm trying to get a little bit of water drip down into these tomatoes because, like I say, it's been really, really dry, and you can see the leaves have rolled up a little bit because they've just been transplanted, taken out of the cups, and they're very dry. So let me tell you what we have done. We took the sucker off of the plant, just nipped it off, and then for about 3 or 4 days, we put it in water to get it super hydrated. Then what we did was that we took and we used these party cups. And where these came from, as y'all know, I live on a super fixed income. I mean, just a couple $100s a month. So some of these things you're going to look at and you're going to go, ah! But anyway, what we did was that there was somewhere where we went where they served the drinks in these cups. And we actually asked them, since they were going to throw the cups away, if we could have the cups. And I have just put holes in the bottom of it. And we have been using those to put plants in. And they hold, I think these are 24-ounce cups. So after these suckers had sat for a couple of days in the water and got super hydrated, we took our compost potting mix that we have, and we put the plants down into that, and they rooted. And they have been growing there ever since until I had someplace to put them. And this is where they are now. Now, y'all are going to laugh at this or go, oh no, like I did, because I was like going, no, as I was running through the garden. I had carried, from down at the gate, I had carried up the cabbage and had gone back down to my little wagon to get my tomato plants that I was going to put into the garden bed here. And Annie was munching on them. And this is what she did. She ate, this whole thing here was just full of tomato starts. Now I can salvage them. We're going to be able to salvage a good chunk of these. But she got into it and she ripped the tops off of these and she just munched away at them. This one here has got a broken piece on it. And she just munched away on these. So I'm going to go ahead in this bed over here where I was supposed to have had my bush lima beans. And I know what's happened. I mean, something has gotten in there and gotten the lima bean seeds. So we're next year going to start all of our lima bean stuff in the toilet paper rolls. So we're going to go ahead and I will put the T-post in like this and take some leftover fencing. And I will go ahead and make a new bed over here for them. But yeah, before I could even get them in the ground, she chewed on them. See, there's some chew on it. So anyway, there's some more chew. She chewed them up. Oh, we gotta love her. Anyway, thanks very much for coming to Blackberry Ridge. It's Vivian Ann on the side of the mountain in northeast Tennessee. Here's another thing. Before I say goodbye to you, I find it amazing that, I don't know if y'all can see, but way over there is the road. It's like a half a mile away. And it has maybe 3 or 4 cars that goes through it a day. But we will have 20 helicopters fly over. I find that amazing. Anyway, God bless America. Pray for our country.